Hi, my friends. Do you love to decorate for summer? In today's video, I've got two mantles and a little trunk on a side table to show you, all decorated for July. Hi, I'm Bonnie Overman. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope my channel will inspire you to lead a more productive, creative, and stylish life at any age, always on a budget. You know I'm 73 and I just say it because if I can do it, I know you can do it too at any age. I have confidence in you. I want to thank all my friends, all my dear sweet subscribers that take the time to watch my videos and comment. You really touch my heart. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. A different theme every month, different tables, different crafts, different decor. I do it all. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel. Okay, let's talk about my living room. Let's go under the sea. Yes, my living room, especially if you love neutrals and very soft decor. This is stunning, all in beiges and whites and creams. We're going to have urchins and seahorses and coral and sea fans, all beautiful, all in those beautiful organic neutral tones. Let's go in the den and see the naughty roosters. You know, the farmers are picking their summer produce and fruit right now. And you know those naughty roosters are there to eat it all up before they can take it to the farmer's market. And then in my little trunk, I have a tribute to a crab shack with a little biscuit container. I've got crabs, I've got coral, I've got shells. Just so adorable. Perfect for a centerpiece for a buffet if you're doing a summer party. So cute. Anyway, I hope you love this. I hope you get so inspired. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye. Welcome to my July decor. I have two mantles and a little side table to show you. And you know this month I'm celebrating America and Americana, from sea to shining sea. So I had to do an under the water or under the ocean mantle for you. I think this is so beautiful. If you love neutral, quiet tones that have a lot of texture, I think this does it. Now I started off with my two lanterns. Now I got those at Michael's years ago. They're kind of weathered wood. Then in the center, I put my big seahorse. And then I have these coral candle holders that I repainted and two pieces of faux coral. That's my basic structure of my mantle. Now I filled it in with some sand dollars, bubbles. You know, these are Christmas ornaments, those plastic ones that are unfilled. And then I got this, I think it's a sea fan. I think that's what this is called. It's actually, I think, a type of coral or plant. Anyway, I got those at Z Gallery years ago, these big bushes of them, and I cut them all apart. But look how that adds to the texture and the feeling that you're under the sea. So calm, so serene, so beautiful. You can just almost picture the seahorse just gliding along. Anyway, this is so beautiful, so much the ocean. Now we're going to take a look at some things between the two oceans, and one of those is farms, and I have my naughty roosters all ready to go for the summer harvest. Let's take a look. All right, instead of using my big roosters this time, I used the little cousin roosters, the three roosters that came to visit, and they're on the farm, and the farmer's tried to load up his little wheelbarrow with, what do we got here? We got lettuce, we got tomatoes, we got green beans, cauliflower, and looks like some cucumbers, and those roosters are ready to run that little wheelbarrow right into where they're gonna sit and have a nice picnic. A nice summer picnic. I added some raffia, and I made this little sign. You can't see all of it because it says apples on there, but I took those stakes that you use to, or shims that you use to level things, and then with a stake, and I just wrote on carrots, chickens, and apples, just hot glued it on, and you have a little farm sign. And I love the little wheelbarrow, and that came from Hobby Lobby. You know, that's one of my favorite places to get things. And we have our roosters here. Look at them. They look so guilty. Oh, you are? Okay, it seems that these roosters are taking all this wonderful food to the roosters in the kitchen because they're too lazy to go down and get it themselves. So I imagine we'll see that in the kitchen. They're going to have a big feast. All right, you guys better run before you get caught. Now, let's go take a look at another kind of iconic summer place, and that's Nantucket in a little crab shack that sells crabs and oysters. Let's take a look at that. Here we are at my little side table, and you know I love my trunk. I fill it up with things all during the year, whether it's Valentine's and candy boxes or china or pumpkins or whatever. And I wanted to give an ode to Nantucket. And some of the things that remind me of Nantucket, of course, would be crabs and oysters, also sailing ships, and blue. I always think of Nantucket, I think of blue and white stripe. We have a little beach chair here, and I have a little container of Bayside clams, always fresh. And of course, we have to have some crabs. So here we go. Here's 2 crabs here, not quite knowing what their fate will be. Some starfish. This is some coral. Now, I always tell you, buy the fake coral and paint it. This was silver, and I painted it this kind of rusty red to go with my room. You see the different colors I have in here. And I just added some sand dollars and, again, some starfish. And I think they're so beautiful. It reminds me of being on Nantucket with the sea wind in your face and munching on some wonderful crabs. How fun is that for the summer? Anyway, I hope you loved these. I hope you got so inspired and got some ideas maybe for a party or a centerpiece or your mantle. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.